You're watching Homework Hotline, where you get help with your homework anywhere in New York, surrounding states, and Canada. We'll get back to the phones in just a moment, but first, high school teams from across New York, 3 other states, and Canada met recently in a unique competition. If you think football or basketball are exciting, take a look at this.
There are many ways to describe a first competition.
It's almost like being at a football game with robots. You got to run around, you're fixing things constantly, but as soon as all the work's done, you're happy that you're here. It's a lot of fun. I mean, last night we went out bowling after we were done, just sort of as a stress reliever.
FIRST stands for inspiration and recognition of science and technology.
It started about 16 years ago by an individual named Dean Kamen. His vision was to make engineering, science, and technology as exciting as sports in high schools. In America, the big thing now is to be a sports hero, be the next American Idol. Dean said, that's ridiculous. There's 500 job openings in professional sports in the United States, yet there's 1 million jobs every year that go unfilled in engineering and technology. So Dean wanted to create a world in which science and technology were celebrated.
What began in 1992 with 28 teams in a New Hampshire high school gym is now more than 1,300 teams from 7 countries who compete in 17 regional events before the national championship in Atlanta. The process for each of those teams is the same. On the first weekend of a new year, a new game and all of its rules is announced.
They receive a rule book, they see an animation on how the game is going to be played every year, and then they're given 6 weeks to the day. They all get a single kit of parts. Each team gets the same kit of parts, and as you see the robots out there, they're totally different. There's nothing the same about them. The look, the feel, what they do, and how they want to play the game. The students have to really learn the strategy that they want to play the game with. Then they design the robots in computers using 3D animation and 3D drawings. Then they start building parts. Then they build the robots. In 6 weeks to the day, they have to have a shipping crate off their premises.
When I first came to high school at Sandwich, I heard about it, I knew there was the team. I didn't know how big this was, obviously. But I came in, I figured out what the heck, I'll give it a try, right? It ended up turning out into a 400-hour first year experience, so.
Well, it's a lot of hours at our site. We basically we go Wednesdays and Saturdays. Saturdays it's all day. Wednesday it's like 2 to 7. Then we all have to do extra hours. It's basically we all brainstorm when we first get to know the name. We brainstorm in our sub-teams what we think we should have, and then we all meet as a group and agree and disagree on what we think the design should be for the robot. And eventually we come to a conclusion with maybe 2 options that we try to see which one works out the best, and that's how we get our robot.
Those of Katie's friends who haven't experienced the sound and fury of a first competition usually have the same reaction to the news that she's spent a lot of time helping to build a robot.
Their first impression is, wow, you're a dork. But then I'm like, no, I'm learning like awesome things that I would never be able to learn on my own. Well, I would, but it would be a lot harder. This is through school, and they provide everything for us. And so they're like, wow, you get some cool opportunities. And I try to encourage them to join a team if they have the chance.
Like every other competitive sport, this is not inexpensive. Fielding a team of 30 or more students will add up to thousands of dollars, money frequently raised from corporate sponsors. Unlike NASCAR, the value to such sponsors lies more with results that aren't always immediately seen.
In order for corporations to give back to the community, this kind of program not only allows kids to get involved with the aspects of math and science, but also teaches them the different efforts to become a team player, become a better student, opportunities for job opportunities for these kids down the road.
It's not clear how many of these students will choose to become engineers. It is certain that organizers are far from their dreams.
The goal, first team in every school. The ultimate goal, multiple teams in every high school around the country.
Okay, time
Wow,
to do
that
some more
was
homework.
fascinating.